Views expressed by Casters Guild members are only the opinions of that member, and that could change from day to day. Guild members may use mature language, but that in no way means they are mature. Listener discretion is advised.
Movies from DC Comics tend to be misses, and What's Ahead doesn't have us super hopeful. But no matter what happens, at least there's Batman. And that's the spell we're casting tonight on Casters Guild. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Casters Guild. I am your Guildmaster, Rick Perry, and I would rather be a member of the Lantern Corps than a Kryptonian.
And I am your Guildmaster, Baron Kane of the Endless.
And joining us is a returning Guild member. Feel free to introduce yourself.
Hey, I am Guild member Billy, and I am not a member of the Endless, but I do feel the Green Lantern sentiment.
Yeah, that's tight. As soon as you said that, I was like, yeah, same.
Yeah.
Well, okay, to be fair, though, I'd be a Blue Lantern. I think I've already said that.
Yeah, I didn't stipulate what color. Like, I just would rather be a member of the Lantern Corps, regardless of which one.
That's fair.
They get pretty weird on the edges.
Yeah. So, tonight, we're discussing... You know what, let's start with positives.
Yeah!
What's your favorite DCEU movie?
Alright, so we are defining the DCEU from Man of Steel up until now.
I think so, yeah.
What we got to stipulate, what is the DCEU that we're going to use here?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's from Man of Steel up. It started with Man of Steel and Batfleck. I don't think is the new Batman part of it?
I don't think so.
Yeah,
I think it's a standalone. Yeah, just like Joker was.
Yeah.
So all right, so we'll leave those out. So we leave the good ones out, and we'll pick from the what's left.
Right.
So now I will say this. We were talking about this is the DCEU podcast.
Right.
Are we strictly just talking about the movies and then like shows like Peacemaker?
Look, this
or are we just talking about? I think we need to talk about everything.
This is Casters Guild, so we'll try to talk about the DCEU and end up talking about everything else anyway. So just for now, just for the opening question, we're sticking to DCEU, but this will definitely open up.
Okay.
We're all just trying to stall while we think of a good one.
Movie-wise?
So I'm being a negative Nancy. There were some decent ones. Like Wonder Woman was okay. Mm-hmm. I have to confess I've never seen Aquaman. I don't like Aquaman. I am not an Aquaman believer. So it didn't really appeal to me, so I didn't watch that. I would have to say the Suicide Squad movie, the newest one, was probably the best one of the bunch. That's the only one I could think of, really. That was the only one I really enjoyed watching and said to myself, hey, I'll watch that again. And Starro was in it. Oh, Starro.
I mean, I can't even really elaborate on that movie-wise. Movie-wise, yeah, the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, I agree. That's exactly what I was going to say. I think by the time the second Suicide Squad movie came out, my bar was so low for DCEU and was just looking to have a good time. And then Idris Elba stepped in and was like, y'all, I got this. And even John Cena, like, I'm not like a huge John Cena fan, but like he did well in that movie.
You know what's funny is, I mean, I know that the wrestling podcast isn't going to be for a little bit, but I was never really a fan of John Cena while he was wrestling. Mm-hmm. But once I saw him doing shit outside of wrestling, I'm like, okay, I'm really enjoying what you're doing right now.
Right.
John Cena, the actor, is tremendous.
Yeah.
I love him. Yeah. I'm the same with you, Baron. I didn't really care for Cena until he was done wrestling. Then you got to see a little bit more of him and how he acts, and I was like, oh, this guy's a shit.
Oh, yeah, and then he's like, he's following all kinds of people on Twitter. It was like, okay, John, okay.
I see you now. I see you.
I see you.
I couldn't see you before. You made that clear, but now I see you.
Have you seen John Cena's Instagram?
No.
Okay, so John Cena's Instagram, the very first post, he posts a note saying that this Instagram will be pictures with no explanation. And from then on, it's only been pictures, and he hasn't had one word on his Instagram. And all these pictures are funny. Some of them are fucking weird. There's a DJ called 7L that he keeps posting pictures of for no particular reason. just a bunch of memes about Steve Austin. It's one of the best Instagrams that you can follow. It's just so random.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, John Cena is a great man. But yeah, the Suicide Squad. I would say probably a close second would be the Zack Snyder Justice League, not the other Justice League, but the Zack Snyder's Justice League that came out last year.
I keep scrolling past it on HBO Max, telling myself I'm gonna watch it. I'm like, oh yeah, when I've got extra time, I'm gonna sit down and watch that. But I haven't yet.
It's hard to watch.
I'm not a huge fan of the man, Zack Snyder, but I really enjoy him coming in and, I don't want to say fixing it, but kind of putting his vision back into the project that he started. I think that it was kind of enjoyable to watch. I would say between him and Joss Whedon, I like him more anyways as a person, but that's not really saying much. He had a lot of shitty things to say about people who enjoy comic books and their dim view of these larger-than-life heroes snapping people's necks. So,
yeah, the guy that doesn't understand who Superman is.
Right.
Yeah. Anywho, so yeah, positives. See, it's hard to stay positive when it comes to DC Comics right now. DC Comics in general. You know, it's just everything starts looking up and then it hits a wall and goes straight down. You know, we were looking good here for a little bit. You know, we had Batgirl coming out. Yeah. And Peacemaker was awesome and things looked like they were getting somewhere, and then we hit that wall. You know, they canceled everything on us.
What's the actual... Did they give a public reason as to that? Did they say why they canceled everything? Did they
I believe it was
an excuse?
The essence of what they're saying is they were trying to unclutter the DCEU, and they wanted to end some projects that weren't within their vision, and they were going to implement their vision based on what Marvel has done. That's pretty much what they said.
Yeah.
That makes no sense.
No.
I feel like as far as cluttered goes, they didn't have a lot to begin with as far as heroes, villains, as far as clutter, there wasn't a lot there to begin with. And if they're trying to do things based off of what Marvel's doing, Marvel's throwing everything in. I mean, that's about as cluttered as you can possibly get.
Yeah, DC's... I'm down with what they're trying to do. They're basically etch-a-sketching a little bit. It's like a soft etch-a-sketch, which is what DC does. DC Comics does this all the time. They're like, oh, we're going to reset our continuity because we're alienating newer fans. And then they do it, and then they keep doing it, and alienate the new fans, and then they alienate everybody. You know, they're going to do that with movies now. And that's basically what they're doing, is they're just going to reset and start over with some projects, but other projects they're not going to. Yeah. They're going to keep the Suicide Squad the way it is. They're talking about bringing back Batfleck. I don't know about Superman, if they're going to bring back Henry Cavill, because he's kind of in demand right now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's talks of him playing 007. That's a pretty big deal. Yeah.
I would not be surprised to see him pop up in Marvel at some point as well. I know a lot of people are pushing for him to be like Captain Britain or something, but
that'd be a good one.
But I think I think he's a little too big of a name to be a reoccurring character right now.
Yeah, he is too big of a name for that. He needs to be in his own solo thing and star of the show.
Mm-hmm.
So what other positive things can we talk about DC? I mean, we tried.
So we're talking about positives, huh?
Look, I've said it. If I've said it once, I've said it 100 times. When it comes to DC, I love their animated stuff. I mean, I will talk positively about their animated movies, their animated series all day long. And all the stuff they've had outside of the DCEU has been pretty good. I really liked the Joker movie. I liked the new Batman movie. But then again, I can't think of a Batman movie I haven't liked unless you count Batman vs. Superman as a Batman movie.
Has Batman in the title.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't think there's been a Batman movie I haven't liked. So, I mean, those are the positives, honestly, is everything outside of the DCEU as far as what DC is doing, their animated stuff, the movies outside of the DCEU. And if the shows, if Peacemaker counts, I fucking loved that show.
Well, Peacemaker is a show directly from the Suicide Squad. So, yeah, it's 100% DCEU.
Yeah, if they had kept doing stuff like that, fantastic. Go for it.
But yeah, no, Peacemaker was amazing. Peacemaker was great. I think it was. I would argue that it's better than the Suicide Squad, but it's also hard to make that argument because it's multiple episodes of something.
Right.
You go from a 2-hour movie to essentially a 8-hour movie. So
I would buy that. I would take that argument with you. I think that the show was much better than the movie. Just the character John Cena played and the growth of him and all the things he went through with his father and his family. It's pretty fucking deep for a movie that was basically Deadpool. Or for a show, I should say. Yeah. I mean, for all intents and purposes, it was DC's Deadpool.
No, you're right.
And not Deathstroke.
Well, it's funny. It was essentially DC's Deadpool with a DC Deadpool in it.
Oh, the second Vigilante?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty random pick.
It was.
A lot of people keep saying DC needs to do what Marvel's doing in order to be successful, and I don't think Marvel would ever do anything like Peacemaker, and yet it was still fantastic. It's DC doing DC, and they did it well, so I don't know why they can't just keep doing that. Like, they don't need to copy Marvel to be successful. I just don't get it.
In my opinion, I think that DC has already touched on what they should do. They should go with an Elseworlds format.
Yes. We've talked about this before.
Yes, we have.
I'm glad you brought that back up. The Elseworlds format of movies that don't necessarily have to be connected. They can be. They don't have to be. You could figure out a clever way to tell the fans that this is connected to this other movie and that this one is just a unconnected movie like Joker was or like Batman was. Mm-hmm. That way it gives you more freedom to explore the universe without having all that heavy baggage that having a universe will give you.
Exactly. And I think that they keep kind of touching on that, and they keep touching on that, but they don't want to stick with it because they see what Marvel's doing. And it's like, you guys, if you just stuck with it, you have the Joker, you could run with that. You could do a completely unrelated... I mean, how many... You get all these people that are like freaking the fuck out because of who's playing the Joker, and it's like, okay, well, you have this Joker, don't worry, it's going to be a different Joker in the next movie that they do.
Mm-hmm.
Settle the fuck down. We could have 3 Jokers all at the same time because we have the Joker movie. We could have a Batman movie where, he's fighting the Joker, and then we're going to get a live action Dark Knight, which has a completely different Joker again. We could do that if they would go with this whole Elseworlds format.
And the other thing is, like, me personally, I think they should probably leave the Joker alone by this point. One of the best things DC has going for them is Batman, and the best thing Batman has going for it is his rogues gallery. So I feel like the fact that they keep going back to the Joker pool, like, it's one of the things I liked about the new Batman. It's like they actually explored a different villain. They're like, hey, here's the Riddler, and here's how we're going to do him this time. I do think it's kind of lazy that they keep going, okay, well, we're going to do this dark, gritty version of this Batman villain. What if it was dark, gritty, and realistic? It worked in this particular movie, but I feel like if they're going to keep doing different villains, they need to do a different take on it than dark and gritty. If they are going to do dark and gritty, I think it needs to be Solomon Grundy, but that's just me. But my point that I was trying to make this whole time was Joker did well. Do movies like that for some of the other villains. Doesn't have to be a Batman movie. Show us some quote-unquote origin stories for some of the rest of the rogue gallery. And I think in this Elsewhere format that you're talking about, that'd be perfect.
I'd watch a Two-Face movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, just Harvey Dent. Courtroom drama. I'm down. At the end, he gets the acid blown in his face and all hell breaks loose. Oh, yeah, I'm down. We should write that movie and produce it. Yeah, there's a ton of villains they could use. They're all fascinating villains, Just take the Batman out of the equation and kind of do a study of how their character reacts and how they work.
I mean, a Zaz movie, I'd sign up for that immediately.
Oh yeah, definitely a Zaz movie. Yeah, I get the same actor that played him in Gotham, though.
Yes, absolutely. I will say, I don't have any numbers to back me up. Just speaking from a, purely opinion-based point, I don't think that Batman is the best thing that DC has going for it. I think that they actually constantly trip and fall on this character since Michael Keaton walked away. I do like Batfleck. I do like Robert Pattinson as Batman. I don't have a problem with them, but I just still think that they're falling short. I actually didn't really like, and again, I just want to, anybody out there listening right now, me saying that I don't like these things is not me trying to shit all over something you like. It's personal preference. I'm glad that you like it. I didn't really like the Joker. It's I don't know. I think it's just a thing that for me, I think that the best thing that DC has going for it right now is James Gunn and what he's bringing to DC. Now, I do know that he was attached to different projects that aren't Peacemaker and Suicide Squad, but with the shakeup, I don't know how much of that's still there.
Right.
So, but I definitely feel like he breathed in some new life to it, especially if they were doing an extended universe kind of deal. You know, he doesn't fit into my Elseworlds plan, but yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure how I'd feel about the James Gunn DCEU. He's kind of good at what he does.
He is.
And
yes.
I wouldn't want to watch a Superman movie by James Gunn. That's not going to work for me, dog.
I completely agree. Agree. But I also see, what I guess my point was, he stepped in to the extended universe and he kind of slapped it around a little bit and showed them that they can do other stuff with it besides.
Yes, I buy that. Yeah, he definitely showed them, like, you guys don't have to do this darker. Everything is dark. You can have some fun.
Right.
I agree with that. Yeah, and James Gunn's the perfect guy to do that.
Oh, like, you know, back in the day when they were talking about a Jack Black Green Lantern movie, I was like, no, this is dumb. Don't you ever do it. Now at this point, if they said James Gunn directs a Jack Black Green Lantern movie, I might be like, I'm listening.
I don't like Jack Black, but I'd watch it.
Well, before I wouldn't have watched it at all, and I do like him. Now it's like, you have my attention.
Tell me about the villain. Who's Sinestro?
It's like, look, James, I know that this movie has Jack Black as the Green Lantern. Oh, yeah. Kyle Gass is Sinestro. Okay, maybe I won't watch it then, but he's Kilowog. Fucking Kyle Gass is Kilowog.
Yep.
All practical effects.
Oh, man. Poor guy.
I know, right?
Did you guys say Poozer 5,000 times?
Poozer. Oh, man. I do think that, again, I think that another thing that supports my Elseworlds kind of format is Sandman.
Yes, I agree. That would definitely work.
So, I don't know if you watched Sandman yet.
Mm-mm. It's definitely on my to-watch list.
Yeah. So, you haven't watched it, so you're telling me Tiff hasn't watched it?
No, she has not. We're both going to watch it. Like, it's one of those things that we're both looking at and go, yeah, we're gonna watch this.
Okay. When she watches it, she's going to hate you for not making her watch it sooner.
I believe it. I believe it.
But it is completely unattached to the rest of the DC world, while at the same time kind of holding it by its hand. I mean, there are definitely some references to the DC universe.
Mm-hmm.
If you were a big Justice Society fan in the early 2000s, you would catch a lot.
Yes.
A lot of little things, inconsequential things, just littered throughout for no particular reason. There's a character or two that, you know, they're part of the normal DC universe that translate well to Dream. Yeah, it's quite the show. Mm-hmm. Netflix actually did something right, and they're probably going to cancel it now.
Probably.
Yeah.
That is the
pattern. It is Netflix. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Everybody loves this show, so we're going to go ahead and get rid of it.
But they also didn't have a problem with taking a character that everybody knows and loves and kind of changing it into another person while at the same time still making it work. Because, like, that character, Joanna Constantine, that was supposed to be John Constantine. Am I correct?
Yes.
So
in the comic books, it's John.
Right. So it was supposed to be John, but they changed it to a different character, which was still a Constantine. Constantine.
Yeah.
But that just kind of, again, goes further to prove the whole Elseworlds thing works. Because if you don't, like, there are two characters at least, just immediately in my mind, two characters that appear in other DC TV shows. And they've been recast, and gender bent, and they work. Oh god, do they work? They're great. And with the Elseworlds format, they can do that
as much as they want.
As much as they want.
Well, there was that Michael Jordan-led Superman. I think it was a movie supposed to be on HBO Max that got canceled. That would fit perfect in your Elseworlds.
Yeah.
Black Superman. Are we ready for that yet?
And I think that if they were to make these things, and you would get these people who would bitch because they would.
Mm-hmm.
If you just fucking slapped Elseworlds on everything at that point, if they still bitched, you could be like, but look, you're a comic book fan. It says Elseworlds right there. You know what that means.
Mm-hmm.
Quit being a bitch. Love it. It's Elseworlds.
And honestly, they're still going to make their money, even if people are bitching. If people are bitching, because, like, let's say they did Black Superman, and, like, a bunch of people got on Twitter and started ranting about how Superman isn't black. First of all, you're going to get all the community who go, why can't Superman be black, are going to get behind the movie, and they're going to go see it. And then even people who are complaining are still going to go see it because they want to be angry about it. So, like, they're going to go watch it, be angry through the whole thing, and then buy a ticket to it next week so they can be angry about it again. So... It's perfect.
It's you.
Yeah, I think that would probably be keep coming back to it. I think that would be the best thing that DC can do is quit trying to fucking copy Marvel, because every time they do, they fail.
And they keep copying the wrong parts. Like, if they're gonna copy Marvel, they keep copying the wrong parts.
You're right.
Now, there's one thing that DC did that Marvel just now started to do well, and that's making television shows.
Yes.
Yeah, Marvel
DC's television shows were very good.
Marvel tripped over themselves for the first couple of TV shows.
Yes.
And then they were like, that's not canon. That didn't happen.
There's a lot of fans of it out there, but guys, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. wasn't great. It wasn't great.
I don't think it's as terrible as some people make it out to be.
No. The only reason why it's not great is because Marvel shot them in the foot.
Yeah.
Yes, they came out with big promises, put Nick Fury in the first episode, and everyone's like, oh, this is going to be right in with the MCU. And then by the second season, it was like parallel at best.
Yep. So yeah, it wasn't Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.'s fault. It was absolutely Marvel's fault.
They were trying to spend less money to fill the spaces in between the movies. Like, they didn't want to... Yeah, they didn't want to put the big names on it and spend a bunch of money. But once they started spending that money...
Yep.
Yeah, but DC, they made some pretty good shows. Gotham was great. I loved Gotham as campy as it could be. It was really good. I'm a big fan of Stargirl. I used to watch The Flash, but it got real CWE.
CWE.
Yeah, CWE.
Which
it started turning into like The Flash combined with Riverdale, and that was just a little too much for me.
But, that's on the chopping block now, too. So...
Well, it's also 9 seasons in.
It's run its course. Yes, I agree.
Yeah, no one's saying, "Oh, not the Flash 2." They're just like, "Yeah, it's time. It's time."
But I mean, I think that the Superman and Lois show is still going. I think they're getting dropped though, aren't they?
Last I heard, one of the actors that played Superman's son didn't make it to a casting call and got fired.
Oh.
So, like, this is hot off the press. While I was doing research for the show, I ran into that. But other than that, as far as I know, there's still another season coming. But yeah, DC shows were kicking Marvel's ass all over the place.
And like Rick brought up earlier, their cartoon movies and shit, and the shows, the
DCEU
consistently kicking ass. Consistently,
it's hit after hit with no misses.
Those Batman animated movies that they put out, perfect example of why the Elseworlds format will work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, because they put out all kinds of random stuff.
Yeah. They recast Batman and the villains every fucking time. It's a different story. It looks different, but you know what? It's great every fucking time.
There's a bunch of them where you're like, is that gonna work? Like, you hear them announce a title or a premise, and you're like, is that gonna work? And then you watch it, and you're like, yeah, that worked.
Look, I saw
Injustice.
The what? Injustice.
Did you watch the Injustice? That was really good. I actually saw that the other day. That was very good. I didn't think they'd make that work, but they sure did.
Yeah, I was concerned.
It's such an adult title.
Yeah, I watched a
I was extremely concerned when they announced Batman and Ninja Turtles, and I was like, "How is this going to work?" And it's a fantastic
that wasn't bad.
movie. I think it's great, but I was concerned when I first heard it.
I still think it's funny that the character that they teamed up with there is actually what the character who inspired the Ninja Turtles should have been named. Daredevil should have been named Batman. Batman should have been named Daredevil.
I can see that. I can see that.
He can't. But that was good. They're all ninjas. I mean, that's how I knew it was going to work. They're all ninja. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Batman's a samurai.
Is he? Well, I mean, depending on what you watch.
Yeah.
If you watch the animated series, Batman is samurai.
Okay. Yeah, if you watch the Christopher Nolan ones, he's a ninja.
Yeah, well, Batman the animated series is canon for me.
That's fair.
That's Batman in its most distilled form.
I just realized that Christopher Nolan's Batman also had the Shredder arm guards.
Yeah.
Yes, he did. He cut a sword with them.
Oh, you know what? He was I think that's what it is. I think he was trained by the Oroku clan, and that's why he had to go back and fight the Shredder in the Batman versus Batman and Turtles.
I've never seen this, so I feel very out of place here, but I'm going to have to watch it now.
Oh, it's good.
It's good.
I've heard good things.
I'll tell you what, I've never seen the Shredder look any more badass.
Yeah.
Like, legit. They actually made the Shredder a force in this.
Like, even better than when he was Kevin Nash?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I just fought him last night, by the way. The Kevin Nash Shredder in the Turtles game.
Super Shredder.
Yeah. That was not an easy fight either.
No, it made me angry how hard it was. Then I realized how much of a pattern it was, and I'm like, God damn it. It made me angrier at that point.
For those of you who missed it, we were live on Baron's Twitch channel, like playing multiplayer Turtles the other night. So you should go subscribe to Baron's Twitch channel so you don't miss stuff like that.
Ah.
Where can we find that Twitch channel?
At twitch.tv/Baron Kane.
And
that's a great place to go.
And the link's in the description.
Fantastic.
Pretty much Baron Kane in anything that you want to find me in.
All right. So we've been super positive, and there's a couple things we don't want to talk about, but we have to talk about. So
just get it out.
So
get it out.
For anyone who hasn't heard, who wants to talk about what's going on with Ezra Miller?
We could talk about Team Rocket actually all together.
No.
Sorry, I'm sorry, Billy. I had to do it.
So Team Rocket's Ezra Miller and Amber Heard, and they're going to blast off in outer space. They're gonna cause trouble, and then they're gonna make it double.
So yeah, that's some shit.
Yeah.
I mean, let me tell you, they both have obviously lost their mind. There is definitely some kind of therapy and or therapeutic drugs that are needed for these two.
Right.
But it is definitely affecting the DC's and extended universe thing going on right now. It's
killing fans the way they see it. I see so many memes and I just can't help but laugh, and I hate it. Because I am a huge DC fan at heart. DC is what I love as far as comic books goes. I love DC. Well, they have such a rich history.
I think the horrible thing for me is I'm a Flash fan. I know you're a Flash fan. And,
yes, we're both really big Flash fans.
And then I was actually a fan of Ezra Miller.
Yes, we were both pretty excited for this movie.
And then they did this. And I'm like, man, you dashed all my hope for this movie, for you. It's horrible. And I think the worst part about it is that they did this. The movie has not been released. DC is going to go ahead and still release it, but they canceled Batgirl.
For no reason.
It's
already... They don't want to cause confusion because Michael Keaton Batman's in it. Which is enough of a reason to release it, because that's what we want to see.
Exactly.
Well, that, and I will have to say that the Batgirl costume that they had her in is by far, it was fashioned after the one comic.
Yeah, I can't remember.
Yeah, I can't remember who the artist was, but that was by far my favorite Batgirl costume ever. It was great. Loved it. I thought it looked good. It looked okay. I mean, I would be just as excited for a Batgirl movie as I would be a Robin movie, which is But
Well, which Robin?
oh,
That's an
shit.
important question.
Okay, you're right, because I would watch a Damian Wayne. I would watch a Damian Wayne movie.
And I wouldn't watch a Damian Wayne. I'd watch a Dick movie.
Hey.
I'd watch a Tim movie.
Oh.
I will not watch a Damian Wayne movie, and it depends on the Jason Todd movie. It depends on the story they want to tell with Jason Todd.
I really, really think that out of all the Robins, though, I think they could probably do the most interesting story with Jason Todd.
Well, yeah. I mean, Under the Red Hood has already been made a bunch of times. Under the Red Hood's probably my favorite animated movie.
It really is good, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I think if they were going to get into the Bat family, that's how they would have to start, is with the Robin movie.
Oh, I just saw that Brendan Fraser was supposed to be in it, too.
Oh, yeah, Brendan Fraser was supposed to be in Batgirl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, I'm even more mad.
It's a conspiracy.
I mean, I didn't know Leslie Grace before this movie. I've never heard of her before. I don't know what else she's been in. I think she looks great as Batgirl. But then you add in that J.K. Simmons was supposed to be fucking James Gordon. Michael Keaton was going to show up in that. Brendan Fraser was in it as if not the bad guy, Firefly, a bad guy. Let's face it.
Look, maybe this is just me holding out hope, but do you think they're hoping, like, DC is used to getting fan outlash and outcry against different things. Do you think they're waiting to get outcry against the Batgirl and they'll be like, okay, we'll release it, and then hopefully like get some extra attention toward it because of that?
I mean, it's still the wrong kind of attention still.
Yes,
and I think, but
it's a bad move. But like,
because I would really like to see it. I really, really would like to see it, and for them to do this, it's shitty. It's complete. It's done.
And if this movie's good and they put it out after saying they're not going to, it makes them look stupid.
Yes.
You guys were going to you're going to keep this on wraps for no particular reason? That's stupid. The whole thing is dumb. It's a waste of money. But hey, we're going to go ahead and release The Flash with no intention on maintaining the same actor as The Flash, with no intention on finishing the story that I am positive this is part 1 of, if not part 2.
Yeah,
depending on where it starts and ends.
The fact that they came out and did this apology only tells me that they are planning on doing another one. If they didn't do this apology, I would still expect them to release it, but not do another one. But I think the fact that they're making them go on this apology tour and all of this stuff, I think that they completely plan on putting them in another movie.
They have to.
And let me be clear, if Ezra Miller was just going and like breaking into people's houses and stealing their booze, I wouldn't have fucking cared. Like, just straight up. But all the other shit that they were doing, I'm not a fan of that. That obviously it's that shit is what really cut it for me, and they shouldn't just be overlooking that shit.
Yeah, I think you pretty much hit that nail on the head.
I mean, if he was just if they were just breaking into people's houses and stealing booze, I'm pretty sure we'd all have a good laugh about it.
Right.
Yeah, he's just being a young person doing young person things.
Right. But god damn it. And then, if I'm not mistaken, what did they say that they were doing with Amber Heard in Aquaman? Are they just cutting her out?
She got erased.
See,
so shitty.
It's funny. It's funny, but it's still weird that they're just cutting her out. Go ahead, still release the movie, whatever. And it's not that they're cutting her out that it's weird. It's that they're cutting her out and still releasing The Flash.
Yeah. Like all this other stuff that they're cutting and going... Yeah, but a lot of money, I'm sure, went into Batgirl. Like, all the stuff that they're cutting and going, oh, let's cut this, cancel this, get rid of this, but still release The Flash. It's like, your excuses aren't lining up here. Your reasoning's not lining up. You're saying that you don't want to release Batgirl for these reasons, and you want to cut these people out of this movie for these reasons, yet you're still going to release The Flash, which violates all of those reasons.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And they would definitely be out about $300 million, but at the same time, it's like...
It's Warner Brothers, they'll be all right.
Yeah, it's an investment at that point. Just go ahead and cut it.
Yep.
I say just release it on streaming.
Yeah, honestly, if you were going to be releasing, look, I'm not even mad that they're releasing The Flash. It's the fact that they're releasing The Flash and cutting this other stuff. And it's, if you were keeping it all, then I could understand the business decision of saying, hey, we spent all this money on it. It sucks that this is the situation we're in, but, you know, we won't put them in future stuff, but we're just going to release this, try to enjoy it for what it is. But the fact that they're cutting the stuff that we want and then still releasing, and not saying that Amber Heard is what I want, I'm saying like Batgirl. The fact that they're cutting the stuff that we want but still releasing The Flash, it's infuriating.
It really is. I don't really know what's worse, if they actually do release The Flash or if they don't. I think if they do, it's actually worse because it's a bad look. Like you said, they're canceling all this other stuff, but they're going to release this movie that's got a stain on it. But then you watch this movie that's going to be the kickoff to their next universe. That's not going to happen. So the whole movie, the purpose of it's moot. You're watching a movie just for the enjoyment of the movie, but it's a cliffhanger that goes nowhere because you know this movie's going to be a cliffhanger. You know, it's not going to end and everybody hugs and everybody's happy. It's going to be a cliffhanger. It's more world building and it's just going nowhere. It's Remo Williams. Anybody seen Remo Williams? Okay, I'm old. It ends and sets up a cliffhanger. There's never another one. So it's been 30 years.
Hold on, hope.
40.
Hold on to hope.
Here's a possibility, and I mean, feel free to shoot it down. But what if they're canceling all this stuff? Because it seems to be a bunch of, like, I've noticed that the movie that they canceled was supposed to be a straight to HBO Max.
Yes.
They're not canceling The Flash. It's going to theaters. They're not canceling Aquaman. I know they cut her out, but you know, it's also going to theaters. What if all this stuff that they're canceling that we were really hoping for, they're canceling because they're going to do another streaming service?
That actually is the leading rumor. Discovery Plus and HBO or HBO Max are supposed to merge into some stupid name, something like that, and they're gutting all their properties in HBO Max. You can see the same thing happening on TBS and TNT. They're taking out all their scripted dramas from TNT and TBS. They're canceling them all, and I don't know what their plan is for those channels, but I don't know why I know that. This random tidbits I picked up, but it's all part of the same merger between Time Warner and Discovery. They're going to merge these two streaming services. At least that's the rumor. I'm not sure how true that is, but it looks like it because, you know, not just looking at DC stuff. HBO Max is canceling all kinds of other stuff.
Yeah,
Wasn't a Scooby-Doo movie you were talking about?
Yep. Scoob 2. It was essentially complete. They did the voice acting for it and everything like that. Canceled it. The people who were supposed to do the score had already rented the building, and they're like, well, we're going to go ahead and just record it anyways. So they did. Which, again, kind of leads to the whole, but why? Why did you? Are you doing it and knowing that someone might call you out on it, and you're just saying that because you know that they're just going to put the score on there and release it on a different streaming platform now?
I'm willing to bet that Batgirl, Scoob, the rest of the stuff that's been created already that got canceled, it's going to see the light of day. There's no reason to sit on a movie that's done. No reason.
No.
Unless it's truly horrible. But,
Right.
I mean, Captain America, the original Captain America got released. There's some truly horrible movies out there. It would have to be really bad to not get released.
Yes. And I don't think I heard that. Well, okay, I'm sorry. They said that Batgirl tested low. But from what I read, it got the same, like, scores as some other movie that they're releasing. I can't remember what it is now. So Black Adam? I don't know.
We haven't talked about Black Adam.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Black Adam. I'm actually excited for that. You get
Black Adam looks fantastic.
You get back into the good part of the DCEU. I'm excited for that, and their release. I'm still holding out hope that was Mr. Terrific I saw in that. Holding out hope.
That would be cool.
It's probably not, but I'm holding out hope.
Yeah, as a huge Justice Society fan, Black Adam is just a dream come true with the Justice Society guys that are going to be part of that show or that movie. It's going to be amazing. I can't wait. I'm not sure they can screw this up. I don't think The Rock would let them.
No.
He can't have that besmirchment on his record.
I actually heard that someone was trying to screw it up, and The Rock killed him.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I heard the same thing.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, yes. I'm sorry.
Of course, allegedly.
Yeah.
Because I heard that someone tried to actually formally accuse him, and he killed him too. Allegedly. But no, I'm super fun.
Which is why we are absolutely not accusing The Rock of
No.
killing anyone. Of course not. We would never accuse. Don't kill us.
Yeah, don't, please. But
Speaking
I'm
of
actually...
which, if you need a disguise to hide from The Rock because you think he might kill you, maybe get yourself a new t-shirt from T-Villain. T-Villain is a t-shirt site where you can find a killer limited edition shirt being sold for $13 for only 24 hours. The following 24 hours will feature a new design and so on and so forth. They choose the most ingenious designs that reflect everything evil and villainy, as well as works pertaining to anything artistic, pulp style, lowbrow, pop culture, TV, movies, music, video games, comics, etc. All things cool and evil, basically. To check them out and help Casters Guild, click our link in the description. And I want to say, we talked about it in the cosplay episode, the fact that they had the best Hellfire Club design I had ever seen, and you pointed out that design was gone by the time they were going to listen to that episode. But it's back, and by the time this episode goes up, we'll be in the last few hours of that design being available. So please click that link and go buy that Hellfire Club t-shirt. It's the best Hellfire Club t-shirt design I've seen.
And we do have a cosplay challenge over on our Discord revolving completely around the Hellfire Club shirt.
And if you're a bigger guy like me, it's also one of the only places that's still selling it in the 3X.
It goes up to 5X, so get on it, fellow big guys and gals.
Anyway.
So the little Shazam corner of the DC world is becoming quite interesting. The first Shazam movie was pretty good. I don't know if you've seen. I really enjoyed it. It was super fun. The second one looks like it's also going to be a pretty good time. Plus, you add Black Adam into this. It seems like they're kind of forming out their little corner of the DCEU, because they're not really touching on everything else. So I think Superman was in the first Shazam movie at the end as a kind of scene, but for the most part, they're staying in their own little corner, and I think that's going to insulate them from the chaos. And also having The Rock on as a member of that franchise, that little corner, is really going to help them because The Rock just commands so much respect.
Yeah, he is lending... I never would have thought... 90s me would have never thought I would be saying this today, but The Rock kind of lends credibility to, movie projects now.
Yeah.
Weird.
It is weird. It is very strange.
But I'll say he is definitely... I mean, we all remember the first movie he was in, right?
Scorpion King?
That's right. Wait.
Or The Mummy 2. Mummy 2.
The
I was
Mummy
going to
2.
say, was he technically in Scorpion King?
No, he was in the Scorpion King. It was all
Mummy.
about it. Mummy 2. He was in it.
Okay.
His likeness was in it.
Yeah, I was going to say his likeness, but was he actually in it? Like
he showed up in the beginning, I thought, in a flashback. But that was
I can't remember. I get it mixed up with the Scorpion King all the time.
You're right.
But
anyways,
that CG was whew.
Oh boy. But, and then seeing him now, even in the Scorpion King, he wasn't a great actor. I mean, he was definitely still The Rock.
Yeah.
What needed.
Yes.
He was what needed to be done at the time.
Yes.
Yeah, they were just looking for a really big guy, and they were like, oh, The Rock.
Well, yeah. Well, what it was is they're like, you know what? We need a Conan the Barbarian.
Yep.
But not Conan the Barbarian. So
With an eyebrow.
With an eyebrow. But now, I mean, he's doing great. I mean, I think the man's work ethic is really rubbing off on his projects, I believe is what it is. He has an amazing work ethic. I'd never be able to work with the man. Ever. Ever.
I'd get tired just shaking his hand.
Can you imagine being his personal assistant?
No. Absolutely not. No.
Jeez.
He seems like the kind of guy that gets like 3.5 hours of sleep and complains about oversleeping.
His wife must be exhausted. You take that how you will. You take that how you will. I'm just saying, has to be exhausted.
I mean,
All
think
those
about
chicken breasts.
think about how fast Kevin Hart has to move to keep up with him. He's got to take 2 steps for every one of the rocks.
Oh my god.
Oh man, those two make a good team.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
they
think-
do.
Now it's just a matter of where's Kevin Hart going to show up in the DCEU now that The Rock is here.
Is it Kevin Hart playing one of the Shazam kids?
Kevin Hart is in the. I think Kevin Hart is in there in the Pets movie that's coming out.
Oh, that's
yeah,
true.
that's right.
That's true.
Yeah, The Rock and Kevin Hart are in that.
Oh, The Rock is double dipping in the DC world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's Crypto and he's Black Adam.
Heck yeah. He's a DC man, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
I think
He knows where his bread is buttered.
that's going to be another thing too. Where The Rock definitely strikes me as a dude that has his loyalties, and if he's like in the DC, I'm going to be surprised if he ever shows up in Marvel.
I think now that I'm thinking about it, they have The Rock and they have John Cena. Are they just like, is DC the place for wrestlers or former wrestlers?
No, Marvel's got Batista.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true.
Who was a huge surprise as how well he did.
Oh, yeah, it was a fantastic character. Fantastic
I'm sorry.
acting.
I'm sorry. With how well he did for how little they gave him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that first movie, he was just he was chewing the scenery. He did a good job.
Yes. They couldn't give him too much in Infinity War.
You would have ruined the movie for everybody else.
That one little scene they gave him that he improv'd is something that people quote to this fucking day.
Who is...
Do you want better? When is Gamora? What? No, he said, why is Gamora? That's right.
Why is Gamora? Yeah.
That motherfucker. But yeah. Well, you know what? I mean, really looking at it, we're bringing it up. We're looking at all these wrestlers showing up in movies now. It's The Rock. John Cena and The Rock both on the same side. I don't think that Batista can take him. That's a match.
Well, Batista's about to stop. I mean, this next movie's his last one.
Oh my God.
Very famously said that he's done.
The Rock and John Cena already got to him. Allegedly.
Oh my God.
Allegedly. Make sure we keep throwing that on there. We don't want to be the next one's get taken out. Next thing you know, we're announcing that season 3 is the last season of Casters Guild.
Look, I'll tell you what. If we when we stop doing the podcast, that's what we're going to say. The last podcast is, "Hey, The Rock told us to stop."
Cease and desist from The Rock. That's sad.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. But yeah, I'm excited. I will say that I don't know how excited I am for the Shazam thing, because they went from just Shazam to the whole fucking crew real fast. Like, it just seemed, that shift seemed to happen real fast to me. But I'm sure I'll love it. The first one was great.
Yeah, it's a good kids movie.
Yeah.
Like, you get that nice feeling in your gut when you leave, and you're like, I'm happy now.
That's not a bad way to leave the theater.
No. That's really the only positives I see coming up are those two movies, is Black Adam and the new Shazam movie. Everything else is just so bleak. And I have no faith in this Blue Beetle movie that they're making.
Yeah.
Because for one, I think they're using the wrong one.
I think they should have started out. They should have started out with Booster Gold and Blue Beetle first.
They should start out with Ted Cord.
Yeah, that's the when I say Booster Gold and Blue Beetle, that's the one I'm thinking.
You mean the original? Well, not the original, but the Ted Cord one.
Yeah, the Ted Cord one, because none of the other ones were buddies with Booster Gold.
No.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. They're not synonymous with each other. They're not known for each other. Yeah, that's a buddy cop movie that needs to happen.
Oh yeah,
the casting has to be just right though.
Should have happened 10 years ago with fucking Nathan Fillion and Alan Tudyk.
Holy shit.
Yes.
I don't think they could do it now.
I don't think they could sell a movie with Adam Tudyk like that.
Nope. He's an amazing actor and he could do it, but it's coming down to selling it.
He's too busy being a Disney voice actor.
For everybody.
He's doing
for every fucking property they have.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's doing chicken noises now. Yeah, Nathan Fillion is 51, which, not old, but it's not necessarily a spring chicken to be starting into a new movie franchise.
A superhero franchise at that.
Yeah, especially if they were wanting to be long-lasting extended universe stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I do think that the DCEU, if it does restart the way it's rumored, your first movie being something like Booster Gold and Blue Beetle is perfect. Especially if they're trying to do that whole Iron Man, try to do what Marvel did. Marvel didn't come out the block with their greatest, license that they could use. Mm-hmm. They went with Iron Man. He's known. He's somewhat popular, but he's not, super popular. But he's a character that's easy to write for.
Yep.
That's what DC needs to do. Something not too complicated. Something that's not banging you over the head and not too dark and gritty. Come out with something easy.
Yeah, I think that if they were going, I hate to say this, I hate to say it, if they wanted to do a DCEU, they need to cancel everything that has any connection to the old DCEU. And again, I hate to say it, that means Peacemaker, that means the Suicide Squad, that means Aquaman. Get rid of them all. Start fresh with the ones that aren't connected, like Shazam, Black Adam. I mean, hell, yeah, you could even throw in the Batman, the Robert Pattinson one.
Yeah.
They're not connected. They're not connected to that main universe that has been dirtied. In my opinion, it's almost ruined. And if they were going to start over, they need to just abandon ship, jump on a new ship. But I still think I can't even really say that I want to see that happen, because I would like to see them do the Elseworld stuff. Stick with the Elseworlds idea that I was talking about.
Yeah.
Like do a Supergirl and recast Superman and a new villain, and then maybe do a Lex Luthor movie like you were talking about with just doing the villains, and then again recast Superman or anybody else that was in this original. Recast people, let people play other things. It's great. They could do this.
They're too busy trying to be Marvel. And I used to hate that argument when people would talk about, DC's just trying to beat Marvel by starting their own extended universe or their own cinematic universe. And I was like, well, they don't have to be. You know what I mean? They can do a cinematic universe and it can be something completely different from Marvel. And then DC went ahead and proved all those people right. Like the fact that they're just trying to be Marvel. And I was like, man, they tried sticking up for you guys.
Yeah, they said it. They said it with their mouths.
Yeah. It's like, just stop trying to be Marvel. Be DC. Go be DC. I think Elseworlds, like you said, is probably the best way to do it. But even if you want to do just like a completely connected cinematic universe, do it like DC. Stop trying to do it like Marvel.
Yep.
Or if you're gonna steal from Marvel, like Billy was saying, like start with some unknown or less known characters. Like don't do a Superman movie. Do that, Blue Beetle movie. Do the buddy cop thing. Take those things from Marvel. Not stop taking the stuff that doesn't work, or stop taking the stuff that you can't do.
You know what? And Billy will be a big fan of this. Huge fan, even. You ready? Fuck off with the Justice League. Don't
fuck off.
This. Just fuck right off. Right? Start introducing Justice Society characters.
Let's do that.
Because those are the characters that nobody really knows about. Nobody that doesn't read comics, they don't know about them. Maybe a little bit. They maybe know a little bit about them. But start bringing them in. Bringing in the Justice Society characters. They're kind of already doing it. They're showing up in Black Adam. And you can go from there and just start building a team from there. And then maybe after that, maybe have the Justice Society later on, if this is doing well, have the Justice Society start dealing with the appearance of this superpowered being that just saved a plane from crashing into Metropolis. That's where you deal with your introduction of Superman. Not even in his own fucking movie. Have him show up in another movie. And then he teams up with them or whatever. And yeah, he's superpowered, but he doesn't stay with the Justice Society. Then he can go off and be in his own movie. Or, there's so much stuff that they can do. So stuff that they could branch off from the Justice Society with.
That's a lot of patience you're asking for. That they have famously shown they do not have.
Yes, yes. It's funny, too, because it's like they absolutely have no patience. But we, the fans, have kind of proven that we have the patience to wait. I mean, look at the burn that Marvel's been going through. I've heard one or two posts of people flipping out about the mutants still not being in Marvel, but it's like, for the most part, we're all just like, okay, we're going to wait. Let's see what happens.
Bottom line is, even that vocal minority, they're still gonna watch Quantumania.
Fuck yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They're still gonna watch all the big tentpole movies.
Oh,
So-
also, diversion. We're going off track for a second like that. Not a clue. Completely over my head. In Ant-Man and the Wasp, Ghost's dad. That's fucking Egghead. Did anybody else know that? Did nobody want to tell me?
I didn't hear you. I'm sorry.
The Ghost in Ant-Man and Wasp.
Yeah.
That was Egghead.
Oh, I had no idea.
No idea.
Mm-mm.
Mr. Egghead himself.
That crazy.
Sorry we didn't tell you.
I mean, it's okay. I'll get over it.
Yeah. Next time we'll make sure we mail you the casting so
Oh,
you know what's going on.
that's preferable. Now watch. I a few months from now, Rock's going to show up at my house. I have this list for you.
Rock, the alleged murderer.
I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson.
It's Dwayne, if you're nasty. What? Anyways, but yeah, that's my idea. That's how I think that. I have two ideas. One, completely abandon the DCEU. Two, how to bring back the DCEU and make it work. And I think one of those ideas, well, both of those ideas, I think are really good.
But don't do both. Do one of them and stop doing what you're currently doing, DC. Like,
Yeah, I think we can all agree. Stop it, DC. Stop.
If I were to etch sketch the DCEU, I would start similar to what you're saying, Baron. Go back to the history,
Mm-hmm.
and use your history. My first DCEU movie would be The Flash.
Which
The
one?
first modern age comic book was The Flash. The Flash has always been the barometer for DC Universe. Whatever The Flash is doing is what's going on with the DC Universe.
Mm-hmm.
If some shit's about to go down, the Flash usually saves him, usually sacrifices himself because that's just what he does. Whichever Flash it is. So I would start with a Flash movie. And just like with Marvel, one Flash movie, see how it does, go from there. Then maybe make a second Flash movie. You can introduce Jay Garrick. Or you can introduce your Green Lantern in the Flash movie. They're buds, And don't bring out Batman. Don't bring out Superman. Don't bring out Wonder Woman until you need to. Until the story calls for it. During the great crescendo when, all hope is lost, the Green Lanterns are down and the Flash is down and whoever else is down, and all of a sudden this guy from Krypton comes out of nowhere, and saves the day. Then you can just go ahead and march forward with your movies. That's what I would do. That's just my 2 cents in it.
I think that's very DC. I think that's exactly what they need to do. I mean, I don't know. I am very vocal about the fact that I am not a DC fan, except for Batman. So any idea I have all has to do with Batman.
Okay.
Like, it's for me, like, if I were to do it, I'd just do a Batman universe. Just fuck everything else. Just, like I said, the Rogues Gallery movies. Like, let's see a Two-Face movie, a Victor Zsasz movie. If you're
Batman Beyond movie.
Oh, yeah. Let's get some Terry McGinnis up in this piece.
Batman Beyond movie.
And, like, if you're gonna do gritty retellings of certain villains, like I said, Solomon Grundy, I think, is the only one I want to see a gritty, realistic version of. I think that'd be a fantastic mob movie to have, like, Solomon Grundy, head of the mob. And then a whole Bat family thing. Like, I feel like if you're gonna bring in Robins, it needs to start with, like, a standalone Robin movie. Like, don't even put Batman in it. Let it be a Robin movie, and then later on have him link up with Batman, and you could even do the rest of the Bat family. You could have all the different Robins. We can have Red Hood, we can have Nightwing, we can have Batgirl even in there too. What's his name? I'm going to pronounce it wrong. Azrael. That's it. Azrael. Like, we could do all of that, and I'd be 100% in for all of it, just because I am a Batman fan.
I will say this: if you're going to do that, though, I'm going to have to insist that these characters who hold their values so close to them, like the values of not killing their enemies, not using guns, maybe stick to that.
Yeah.
It's like you get these directors that are like, oh, well, that's not very realistic. It's like, that motherfucker flew.
Yeah. Quit rolling in the bat tank. Like, and having him shoot missiles and fucking machine guns and like stop it. You know what? You know what? Fuck it. Like you said, Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond. Start at Batman Beyond. Fuck Batman. Start at Batman Beyond. You can have all the other characters, and then this is how you get me to cream my pants with Batman Beyond. Let Kevin Conroy play Batman, not Terry McGinnis. Let him be Bruce Wayne. He's old enough now. He can be the old Batman. And, like, you don't have to have Kevin Conroy trying to put on a suit. Like, give him a cane and let him be the old Batman.
Go ahead.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
It's been done. Kevin Conroy has played Batman in live action form.
I did not know that.
In the same way that you're saying. Yeah. It was fantastic.
It was closer. Yeah. It was closer to the.
What's it in? Because I'm gonna look it up and watch it.
Okay, it's 7 hours long.
Batman. Yeah.
I you know what? I'm okay with it. Kevin Conroy, I'm on board.
I'm gonna have to get the specific episode. The CW DC shows did a big crossover called Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Okay.
And one of the Infinite Earths was basically it was implied strongly to be the future of the Batman animated series. And Kevin Conroy played Bruce Wayne, all broke down with like cybernetics on him to keep him, from falling and all that. And he was playing Bruce Wayne. And it's not, they don't talk about Batman Beyond or Terry McGinnis or anything, but it's kind of...
Well,
yeah.
The exo suit that he was wearing in that, though, was a lot like the Kingdom Come Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, it was like the Kingdom Come. It was awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck yeah,
the Crisis of Infinite Earth.
Fucking do
Crisis
that.
of Infinite Earths is fantastic.
It was great.
Do that. Let that Batman continue. Let him pass it on to Terry McGinnis. Like, you could have an awesome... And you want to talk about doing different Jokers. The Joker in Batman Beyond, they got a whole fucking gang. Like, just do that. That's my idea. Just do fucking that.
I'm down. I'm totally down for that. The biggest fundamental flaw in all of the DCEU is they do not understand their characters.
No.
The directors that they pick to do these movies... Zack Snyder does not understand who Superman is. He has no idea. He thinks he does. He was told who Superman is, but he doesn't understand Superman. I'm willing to bet he doesn't really understand Batman too well either. It shows. It shows that he understands the story, but he doesn't know who these characters are as characters.
Yeah, I think that Zack Snyder just saw Superman and was like, "Oh, he's a big, strong character that has trouble controlling his power or whatever," which is why they had the whole Kevin Costner thing in the beginning where, he wanted to not use his powers to do anything, all beginning of Bruce Lee, Jackie Chan movies kind of thing.
That's
I know
so
you can,
not who Superman
I know you can
is.
fight. I know you can fight, but don't.
Like, Superman's whole thing is that he has control over his powers 24/7. Like, there was that whole thing about, about how he feels like he's walking through a world full of made of paper, and like the first time somebody hit him and it hurt, he's like, "Oh, I can go all out against you. Like, get ready, because it's coming." Like, his whole thing is he has complete control over it.
This last movie, they wrote Superman as an alien, and that's totally wrong.
Mm-hmm.
That's 100% wrong.
We talked about this, and I completely agree with what you're about to say. So,
yeah, Superman is an alien that's a human being, and he is the most human of us all. He is every ideal that humans look up to and try to be. He is the most human. He's 100% human, even though he's not. And that's the story of Superman. Mm-hmm. He's the best of us.
I think what I was saying is, like, just to add on to what you were saying, is he is, like you said, the epitome of human. He is the most human out of all of us, and that's what makes him so alien. Because we can't hope to be as good as him.
And that's the whole motivation for Lex Luthor.
Yes.
And you ruined that dichotomy by making Superman an alien. Because it makes Lex Luthor now seem neutered. Now he just seems like a dick. You're not on his side.
Right.
The best villains are the ones that have a good point. And Lex Luthor being a dick, he doesn't have a good point. So the whole fucking movie fails.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they tried to change whatever. Whoever Jesse Eisenberg, was that his name?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He could have just been...
wasn't super great either.
He could have just been the Joker.
Fine.
He could have just been the Joker, honestly.
Yeah.
The way he was. Yeah, I don't know. I don't have a
He was
problem
fine.
with him. I don't have a problem with him being Lex Luthor. But I think that, like you were saying just now, and I think you just put it into perspective for me, is that dichotomy was completely lost.
Yeah.
And he was just a dick. He was, I mean, insane. He was insane at that point. It's like, what? Why are you? What? Where is this hate coming from? Why are you trying to? I don't, Martha. What the fuck? Come on.
Oh, don't do
No,
that.
I mean, like, why did he kidnap Martha? It doesn't make
Yeah, I'm sure that's exactly what you meant.
sense. I didn't name them Martha, Billy.
It was a popular name back then.
It was.
Yeah, it could have been Myrtle or Ethel.
Oh, Myrtle would have been a nice name. Myrtle Wayne.
Myrtle Wayne, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Myrtle Kent.
Myrtle Kent. That sounds better. Myrtle sounds like a country name.
Mm.
Myrtle Kent. Yeah. And Mary Wayne. I think that Mary would have been better. Mary
Wayne.
Yeah. Oh wait, that sounds weird. Mary Wayne. Mm-mm. Never mind. I talked myself out of it. I said it too many times. I was like, nope.
It's not working anymore.
Nope.
I don't know. What other movies did they ruin because they didn't understand the character?
Well, before we go into that, I mean, like, I don't know, even if you don't understand the character, to mess it up that bad. Because, like, here we go again, back to Batman. Tim Burton did not understand who Batman was. He never read a comic book. I still enjoyed those movies.
That's right, yeah.
But the problem there is he may not have understood the character, but I think he also got lucky.
Yeah. I mean, maybe, but, like, even still, like, you'd think with DC they'd get lucky at least one of these times, or do something to make a decent movie other than the character work. I don't know.
I mean,
The first Wonder Woman wasn't too bad.
No, I liked the first Wonder Woman.
I think that's their highest grossing one. I might be mistaken about that.
I'm not sure.
But the first Wonder Woman wasn't that bad. You know, the rest of them were.
That second one was just horrible.
But I think
The
that
second
comes
one was
back
so
to your
bad.
understanding the character thing. I feel like in the first Wonder Woman, they were getting to understanding that character. Like, it was getting into who that character was, and then, like, from then on, they completely abandoned everything that made that character interesting. And I think you're absolutely right in that they stopped understanding. I don't know if, well, maybe they didn't understand it, and, like, they got lucky in the first one, and then they just proved that they didn't understand it with the other ones.
Like, I don't have a problem with Ben Affleck playing Bruce Wayne Batman.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has a good look. I think he's a good actor. But again, he doesn't understand who Batman is or what Batman is.
See, I like it when Ben Affleck does it because he doesn't care. So the Batman he plays in my head canon is the Dark Knight Returns Batman that doesn't care.
Okay.
He plays the fuck up. Yeah, he plays the fuck off Batman who's gonna shoot people if he has to, and they're rubber bullets, I swear. You know, he's gonna be that Batman, which I'm fine with. I like that portrayal. The Dark Knight Returns is a great story. The second part of it, not so much, but the first one's great. Frank Miller really did amazing work there. So I'm totally fine with them, putting elements of that into the Batman that they used in Superman, Batman, and Justice League. It's just, the rest of the characters. Cyborg. Let's talk about Cyborg.
Talk about Cyborg.
God, I forget how
'Cause
bad
we're talking
things
for her.
are, and then you say
We're
a name,
talking
and
about
I'm
Ezra
like,
Miller.
oh god.
Cyborg had his own issues, and we lost. I don't know. Did we actually lose the actor? What's his name? Ray?
If he didn't walk away completely, I'd be surprised.
Yeah. The whole debacle of what was it? Joss Whedon abusing him, being verbally abusive, emotionally abusive, and just treating him like crap on the set, and then cutting most of his scenes.
Which is funny because I think he was trying to be like, oh no, that's not how it is, and then people started stepping up and be like, no, that's how it was.
That's exactly.
That's in fact, you did it to me, Joss. But no,
I thought they did a good job with Cyborg though.
I think that Teen Titans, both the original Teen Titans cartoon and Teen Titans Go, have ruined me for Cyborg because he was not counting Beast Boy, but Cyborg was always the fun one for me. And then it's like they turned him turning into a superhero into something horrible and tragic. And I'm like, oh God, why?
Yeah, that's not the cyborg you remember.
Right. Like, oh fuck. I mean, like, I can't even really reference Teen Titans Go, but even in the original like Teen Titans cartoon, he was fun.
Yeah.
And he was like right there with Beast Boy playing.
He did have
video
his
games
tragic
and-
stories, but they all did in the
Yeah,
original
that's true.
Teen Titans, because he had that whole thing where he regretted the fact that he could never improve. Like he was like, I am machine, and I'm only as good as that machine will ever be. Like I used when I was human, I could push myself beyond my limits, and I could improve. But like this is as good I'm gonna get. And he had that whole episode where he was depressed about it, and but that was good character growth. Like what he finally realized, and he finally pushed himself beyond his limits anyway because of the human side of him. This is so far off the topic, but
No, it's not DC.
yeah.
Was he always Mother Box?
No.
Okay, I didn't think so. They just have this sudden hard on for making him everything Mother Box.
Yeah, that didn't sit well with me.
No, it's weird to me. I mean, whatever, but it was just weird to me.
I also found it weird that the mother boxes were like 4 foot by 4 foot.
They're
They
pretty
were
big.
huge.
They're pretty big.
Yeah. I got used to the little handheld mother box. I thought that was the way it was going to go.
Yeah, I was a little weirded out by that as well, but I think maybe they got away from that handheld stuff because of the Tesseract and Marvel, but
Yeah, Marvel seems to do everything before DC does. Like they got into the multiverse and all that. This next Flash movie is supposed to be multiverse, and it's going to look like a retread.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, that's why I'm saying they should just scrap it. Just scrap everything, start over.
Put the movie out on fucking HBO Max, pull the plug in HBO Max, call it a day. Start over.
Mm-hmm.
Start over with Creeper.
That's right, Creeper.
Yeah,
that
do
would be
Creeper.
my go-to.
Justin Bieber could be Creeper.
Hell yeah, he could.
I like it.
Justin Creeper.
Yep. So if Warner Brothers has any other projects that they need us to go for, just let us know, and
Obviously,
we'll
we're full
get
of
moving.
ideas.
We are full of ideas. That Batman Beyond is gold. That's gold idea right there.
In fact, you know what?
I want that so bad now.
Just scrap Aquaman completely and recast Jason Momoa as Lobo. Boom.
Oh yeah, do it.
Do it.
If you,
See, I had this idea. Instead of taking Amber Heard out, putting in like Jennifer Lopez from South Park, and putting the hand in there every time her lines come up.
You know what? I'm for that. I'm for that.
It would cost an extra $30.
I did see someone do an edit where they replaced Amber Heard with King Shark, and it's like, okay, I like that. Let's do that.
I like that too.
All right. So if this Batman Beyond movie did happen, who would be your Terry McGinnis?
Oh,
geez, I don't know people anymore. Not Ezra Miller.
No.
He would make a decent, or they would make a decent one. Looks wise, at least.
It have to be a younger guy.
Yeah, that's why I don't know. 18, 19 maybe? Someone fresh-faced, still in high school? Or at least looks like they're still in high school?
Let's see what some fan casts look like.
Aaron, can you ask Google, please?
I'm asking. Google. Hello, Google. I don't know any of these people. Oh! The kid that plays fucking number 5 in Umbrella Academy.
Oh, totally.
I know he wanted to be Damian Wayne there for a little while, but that's when he was still just a kid. He would be great.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll have to go with you on that.
And actually, that's not one of the fan casts I'm seeing. The other fan cast that I agree with is the main character from the new Dune.
I haven't seen it.
I can't remember his name. Have you not seen the new Dune, Billy?
I've seen it, but I don't really recall any of it. It's not my bag.
Gotcha. What is his name? Come on, man. Dylan O'Brien? No, Timothy Chalamet. Oh, someone fan casted Joe Keery, the guy from Stranger Things, the one dude that Dustin's really good friends with. Not, oh my god, I can't remember any names. Anyways, he's the guy that was been in there since the beginning, and he was like a dick in the first one, and then
I know who you're talking about. I don't know his name either.
They have him in there. It's like I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that one.
The kid you were talking about from Umbrella Academy, by the way, is Aiden Gallagher.
Yes, that's his name.
Have you guys seen Cobra Kai?
Yes.
The kid who plays Robbie in Cobra Kai would probably be my pick for Terry McGinnis.
Which one's Robbie?
He's Lawrence's son.
Okay.
Yeah, the one who keeps flip-flopping between Cobra Kai and
Yeah, I can't make up his mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, what's his actor's Tanner Buchanan is the actor's name. But yeah, that'd be my Terry McGinnis right there.
Oh, you could tell the Spawn too. I just saw I saw a fan cast that someone did for Terry McGinnis. Steven Yeun,
What's that?
the dude that in Nope, Jupe.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
Why not?
I'm feeling like a lot of these people though are a little too old to be playing this character because again, I'm seeing him as a high school kid.
Yeah, he's got to be pulled straight out of high school by Bruce Wayne.
Right.
Yeah, you gotta. They have to cast an unknown. That's really what it comes down to. They have to cast an unknown and cast Michael Keaton as Bruce Wayne with the voice of the Batman the Animated Series guy.
Kevin Conroy. Yeah.
So Kevin Conroy will just do the voice of.
Well, see, that's why I picked the kid from Cobra Kai. While he's not entirely unknown, I mean, like, what else?
No, he's perfect. He's got, hey, I know that kid from somewhere face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yes. That's exactly what you need.
Yeah, you have my money. These guys need to be listened. Elseworlds, Batman Beyond, we got this built.
Look, and everybody else all these other fan casts for Terry McGinnis can all just go be the Joker gang.
Yeah, that's true.
Heck, I mean, like, if you already got him from Cobra Kai, like, you could take the entire cast of Cobra Kai, like, as far as the kids go, and make them the Joker gang. They already have been trained in martial arts. Let's fucking go.
Yep.
It's more believable.
Mm-hmm.
Some of these fan casts are so fucking weird.
Nerds and geeks are weird, and the things they think they want.
Someone is totally casting Jensen Ackles as Terry McGinnis. It's like, bro is like 40-something, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I know who you are, you shouldn't be Terry McGinnis.
Yeah, and I mean, he did a great job as Red Hood.
Yeah.
He did do a good job as Red Hood.
He even kind of, like, when he did that cosplay for Halloween that one time, I could see him doing it live action, too.
Yeah.
But
no, he's not Terry McGinnis. He's Red Hood.
Yeah. At this point, he's of the age where he should probably just be Batman.
Yeah. Or Batman Beyond. He should be the old Bruce Wayne.
Yep. Old
like
Bruce
an
Wayne.
80-year-old Bruce.
Get in there, Jensen Ackles, you old motherfucker.
He's so old.
So old.
Yeah, the only other thing I'd want to see other than all that Batman stuff, I think I'd like to see a Justice League Dark. Let's see Constantine and Zatanna.
But again, recast them. New people.
Oh, yeah.
All new people. Fuck it.
I'd be satisfied if Etrigan makes a movie somehow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Somehow they drop Etrigan in there.
Mm-hmm. That'd be fun.
That'd be a geek out moment for me. I'd have a hard time with that. You know, when I was thinking if they make those Batman villain movies that Rick's going to produce, good Ra's al Ghul movie would do real well.
Oh yeah, that's going to be like shades of Shang-Chi, right there. When they were telling the story of oh man, I can't remember his character's name, so I'm gonna have to default to Mandarin. But
yeah, but I know what you mean.
Anyways, yeah, because like then they were showing him going through history and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I could totally see. I know that Ra's al Ghul doesn't go. How far back does he go?
400 or 500 years. It's not like thousand. He's not like Vandal Savage.
I'd watch a Vandal Savage movie. Get the fuck out of town. I'd watch get out of that.
Get a nice old guy to play him.
Oh yeah. Or
not terribly old.
No, you get a guy that could go right down the middle, like where they put a little makeup on him, he can look super young, but then let him age up a little bit, and then Vandal Savage Idris Elba movie. Oh, I can't. Well, wait, we're sticking with the Elseworlds thing. Sure, they can.
Yeah,
why not?
Oh no, you know what we've
done? This is your podcast. You can do whatever you want.
Oh wait, we can't do Elseworlds because then The Rock will be in everything, holding our lives in his hands right now. Allegedly.
Oh.
Allegedly.
All right, you know what? I haven't used one of these in quite some time, so Guild decree: there needs to be the Batman Beyond movie. Cast the kid from Cobra Kai's Terry McGinnis. Cast Kevin Conroy as Bruce Wayne. If you make it, I will rent out a theater if you make that movie, and I will invite anyone who listens to the Casters Guild podcast until I run out of tickets.
This is the
That's
only
my Guild decree.
This is the only Guild decree that has a expiration point.
Yeah.
Don't know when, but it will expire at some point.
Yeah.
Oh man. That's our first one.
If they make that movie, I will rent out a theater and you all can come watch the movie with me. And I will spend all that money. You will get all my money, DCEU.
And they'll do something terrible. You know who'd make a pretty decent Terry McGinnis? Brad or Baron? Both of you?
Who's that?
Jungle Boy with a haircut.
Hell yes. Yep. Agreed.
He's somewhat of a nobody. He sticks with the wrestler thing. He looks good. He's got the name recognition with his dad.
Yep.
I think we should go for it. We'll write him after we're done here. We'll send him a nice self-addressed stamped envelope.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, he'd be great.
Yeah, I'd dig it.
Don't redo the suit. Like, the whole thing is, like, if you get, like, an unnamed actor, like, they might want to show their face more in order to get their face out there. But, like, don't redo the suit. Like, you got to be blacked out.
I mean, that's kind of the thing with the Batman character. I mean, that's why there's an alter ego. It's
right, but everybody who's played Batman has been a big name.
Oh, that's yeah.
You know, you know who that is under the mask. You don't need to know what they look like.
Mm-hmm.
I need the Carl Urban it. Put the fucking helmet on. Don't take it off.
Good. You know what? Carl Urban. I have so much respect for him for that movie alone. I mean, for other stuff too, but most respect because it's like, that's exactly what it was. Like, not taking off this fucking mask. We're not. I mean, fucking Pedro Pascal can't go one TV series without taking off that fucking mask because he wants people to see his goddamn face. Carl Urban will go through the whole thing. Now, okay, granted, you can see from here down with Carl Urban, but nothing with Pedro Pascal. But
I had no idea who it was when I saw the movie.
Dredd?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I had no idea who Carl Urban was until I found out later. I'm like, that's Dr. McCoy. Look at him.
I am lucky enough to have been there around the start of Mr. Urban's career because I used to watch Xena, Warrior Princess, and Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, and that's where he got his start, was in there. It's actually where Mr. Ryan Gosling got his start as well. It's very weird seeing these people pop up in other things, and it's like, isn't that Cupid? That's Cupid. This is weird. I thought you were a blonde. This is weird.
Carl Urban fit in the DCEU.
Anywhere. That man can fit anywhere. I mean, anywhere.
Like a glove.
He could be Wonder Woman.
Yep.
It wouldn't matter.
Man. Big Barda.
I think it's funny. I think I just read something the other day about him, too, in the Marvel Universe, where they approached him about playing Scar. No, is that his name? Scar? Oh, no. I'm forgetting names. Fuck it. Whatever he was in Thor Ragnarok. And it's like they approached him about it. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. Yeah, whatever. Put me in there. It's like, okay. But
I need to know nothing else.
Fuck it. He'd be a good Batman. Yeah, he'd be a great Batman. I think that he'd be a good Constantine.
I was thinking Orion for a New Gods movie.
Oh, yeah. I could see that. The mask helps.
Yes, the mask. He looks great in the mask. This is all I want to see of this man.
That's terrible. You have a great face for masks.
Wow. But yeah, you know what else? I think that based off of some other stuff I've seen him in, he would also be great in a Batman movie, not as Batman, but as that detective who everybody hates. I can't
Harvey?
remember. Yeah.
Bullock?
Yes. He'd be a great Harvey Bullock.
MJ Bullock?
He would be great. Man, you know what? The more I think about it, the more it's like, you know what? He'd be good here. He'd be good here. He'd be a good Booster Gold.
Yeah, he's got some pretty good comedic chops.
Yeah. Fuck it. Put him in as Blue Beetle too. I don't care. Same time.
Have him pull, one of those Eddie Murphy things where he plays like multiple roles in the same movie. Just
you know what? You know what they should do is just pull from Star Trek. Make Chris Pine Booster Gold. Make Carl Urban Blue Beetle. Ted Cord. Boom. Right there. We're done. Cast it. Now. Sign it. Give these men money. Now.
That's the worst movie I've ever heard. Chris Pine's already been in Wonder Woman.
Oh, shit. That's right.
And got real rapey in the second one.
Real rapey in the second one.
Oh, man. That movie's a train wreck. They ruined such a good character, Maxwell Lord.
Just horrible.
That was Pedro Pascal?
It was. The Mandalorian himself.
Yeah. The Mandalorian.
He is great. I love him as an actor. The Maxwell Lord character was... Again, you know what? Again, I think that character was put on screen by someone who doesn't understand that character.
Well, Maxwell Lord's been all over the place, and he's a minor enough character. I think they can get away with just using his name, a little bit of his powers, and just letting him go.
I think they only put him in that movie, though, because it's like, didn't Wonder Woman fight him once? Yeah, but put him in. Oh, but...
Yeah.
No, just put him in. Okay.
She broke his neck that one time.
Yeah, you want to talk about a character that should be breaking necks? It's Wonder Woman. I'd be fine if she was going around killing people, because that's kind of what Wonder Woman was doing there for a bit.
Yeah, speaking of not understanding characters, what kills me, Wonder Woman is too short. She is an Amazon.
Oh, yeah, she
should be taller than Superman and Batman.
Yes.
She should look down on those little people.
And they wouldn't need a recast either. I mean, like, how if they can make Tom Cruise look tall?
Tom Cruise looks normal. Yeah, it wouldn't be too hard. I mean, I think they did a good job casting her. At first, I was a little skeptical, but after watching her, she does a good job as Wonder Woman. The movie sucking. The second one is not her fault. It's whoever did the score. That music kills me, and just the whole story in general and the rapey parts. That's what that really kills the whole movie.
I think everybody in the movie tried their best, but I think they tried their best with what they were given, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, it was just a bad story. So much positive to talk about.
You know what though? Wonder Woman's cosplay of Goldar was great. It was great. Was that not what she was doing? Is that?
No, that's totally it. I just didn't realize it until now. That's all.
Cool.
All right, Baron, you ready to wrap this one up?
I mean, if I put it in the poo bag, I could do that. So we did our best, I think. We tried to bring up some of the good points.
Our best. We made several better DC universes.
We did. But with all the shit that we were talking about the DCEU, there are some good points in it. There are some nuggets of gold floating around in that shit-filled toilet bowl that is currently circling the drain. I'm really, really hoping, and I think I can speak for my compatriots here, really, really hoping that something good comes out of all of this. Really, really hoping that we finally get something that works out of DC and we can enjoy them as much as we're enjoying Marvel. That's all really we can hope for, is that we get some right choices made and Batgirl gets released.
We're rooting for you, DC.
Yeah.
Billy, thanks again for coming on. If anybody liked what you had to say and they want to find you anywhere on the internet, is there anywhere they can do that?
Yeah, my handle. I'm old, I could say that. My handle is SixSadBilly on most of your social media platforms. You can find me at SixSadBilly on Twitter, Instagram, that TikTok app, and that's about it.
Thank you so much for tuning in to this episode of Casters Guild. Email us, castersguild@gmail.com. Tell us who you would cast as Terry McGinnis in my perfect Batman Beyond movie. Check us out on all the socials. We're still working toward our 24-hour charity stream, check out the charity link below. If we announce any kind of benefits we can give for donating, if you mention now in the donation link that you are donating toward that 24-hour stream, we will retroactively give you any of those benefits. So make sure you do that. Check out our affiliate T-Villain, and we will see you in the next one. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Goodbyes.
Oh my God, it's The Rock!